Character creation is an important aspect of many games, and Starfield is no different. You're creating a character that you're planning on injecting into this game's universe, and there's no doubt you're going to want to make the best looking, or in many cases, goofiest character possible. In this video, I'll be making a character that looks like myself and discussing the options that allow me and anyone else to fine-tune the options to make the character you desire. Considering this game also has a photo mode, making a character that looks like you will allow you to put yourself in sci-fi situations, and that's pretty awesome. As you can see, there's a lot of base templates to choose from, giving you the opportunity to choose a starting point or even a character to choose to play as and just get into the game. I'm going to start with this one. It's probably the closest to myself considering the pale complexion and beard. The first thing we can change up is the body. You can see that there's a circle with three main attributes to lean towards: thin, heavy, and muscular. I'm on the stockier side, so I think right about here is good. You can change the body type to be masculine or feminine, as well as the walk style in similar fashion. Let's move on to the face. The options here run deep, not only in standard things you can choose, but also fine-tuning the details to really get what you're looking for. First thing I'm going to do is drop the skin tone down to as pale as it will let me. I'm a gamer. Do you think I go outside? Head shapes are pretty well done in Starfield's character creator. There's a bunch of presets that you can choose from, and you can refine to get something a little more fine-tuned. I'm not really looking for any of these broad choices myself, so let's refine. I think right about here is good, slightly on the wide side. Ah, hair. I'm sure many of you will go wild with the possible selections here, but considering I'm bald, I'm making this look like me. It's a quick and easy choice, I guess. I obviously don't have to worry about hair color myself, but as you can see, there's a bunch of selections to choose from coming in all sorts of colors. The facial hair has a good amount of selections as well. The closest to what I have is already selected, number 20. I have a bit longer of a beard, but this will suit. Now let's see what the colors look like. My beard is multicolored, a bit of black, brown, some reds and blondes in there as well to make it a pretty difficult thing to select here, so I'm just going to go with the black for now since that's my natural hair color. Eyes have an interesting thing going on where you can really refine the shape in so many ways. There's the selections, but you can refine them further with the sliders here. Make sure you tweak them a bit, and you can get some really accurate shapes going on. The shape blends are also great, combining different sets of selections together in different values to customize uniqueness. I think right about here is pretty close to my own eyes, so let's move forward. Eye colors are pretty basic here. I'm going to select the ice blue as that's the closest to mine. My eyebrows are thick but not too bushy, so let's see if we can get it. This right here looks solid. We can refine the shape of eyebrows as well. Let's move them up just a little bit, widen the space in between them. Awesome. I have black hair, so let's select that. You can see here the color choices are the same as the choices we had with previous hair color options. On to the forehead. Since I'm bald, I guess you could say it's all forehead here, but let's tweak the settings a bit just to see what this can do. The shape blending is really great. Getting some crossover between multiple presets is such a great idea. Now, let me move it back a little bit and then widen the space a little as well. Pretty solid. Now we get to do the nose. My nose has a bit of an outward slope going on, so let's select this preset here as a starting point. I'm going to bring the tip up to create the outward slope leading to the tip of my nose. Good. I'm also going to bring the nostrils out and widen the ridge as mine is broad too. Let me bring this down. Yeah, that's solid. As you can see, the nose customization is great too. There are some features here that got a little more attention than others, but considering the nose is the center of the face, it can really dictate what happens everywhere else. I'm pretty happy with the changes here, so let's move on to the ears. My ears are really close to my head, but you can see here that you can bring them out and change the shapes. Let me get the ones that start closest and see what I can change from there. Blending some of the shapes together really helps here. Number 1 and 7 together look a lot like mine. Let's move the ears forward and narrow them down, then move them up a bit. This is pretty good. Moving on to the cheeks, my cheekbones are a little on the higher side, so let's see if I can match it. Looks like we can scale them up and down. Let's go about here. I definitely got to widen them a bit. That looks good. I'm not going to shape blend this at all. This is actually pretty accurate. Alright, let's see the choices for mouth. For me, my bottom lip is visible through the beard, but not so much the top lip, so let's move things around a little. We can move the mouth left and right, but I'm not going to do that for myself. I also have a bit of an overbite. Oh wow, the options are quite visible here, even with the beard. That's cool. I think to get a good look at the jaws, I'm going to have to remove the beard for now. Let's go back down to jaws and see what's going on. Looks like we can shape blend and refine as well, so let's see what happens here. Going to move it back just a tad, widen the jaw line a little. Moving the jaw up and down doesn't match mine at all, so I'm just going to leave it right in the middle. My chin has a very slight dimple in it, not that anyone can see it with my beard, but yeah. I like that we can move the chin forward and backward. That'll help a lot with accuracy for many people. I'm going to narrow this just a little bit, and yeah, that's looking accurate to myself. I'm going to leave the beard off to get a good look at the necks as well. We can change the waddle in and out, that's nice. I feel like this character creator is pretty good based on these capabilities. My neck is slightly more narrow than my jaw, so that's an easy thing to set up. Looks like right in the middle is good for me. There is some jewelry here, which is cool, but I do find it odd there's no lip or eyebrow jewelry. Alright, I do have both of my ears pierced and gauged a bit, so this right here looks solid. Let's go put the beard back on now. They are just standard silver colored, so let's just leave it at that. I love the deeper complexion changes we can make here. I have some freckles and a mole under one of my eyes, so let's see if we can match it. Number 22 is more accurate to my mole location, so I'll leave it on that one. Of course, there's scars. There can't be a character creator without one. A lot of these are pretty generic, but I like that they include burn scars too. Alright, these facial forms are great. It can help get the further detail of a face, showing age and other details. I'm not so sure how I feel about where I left option 1, but let's look at 2 here. I like the details around the nose, so let's change 1 to something a little less harsh. I don't have bags under my eyes like that. Alright, this right here is perfect. Definitely more like me. Tattoos, of course. A lot of these are neat, but not something I personally have, so I'll be moving on from this. The really great thing about the makeup settings in this character creator are that you can choose the color and intensity. Because of this, you can get an even deeper complexion look going on. I have slight redness on my upper cheeks, so being able to get that here is nice. There's a lot of lip color choices as well, color and intensity included here too. My lips are naturally more red too though, so let's assign a look like that. No need for accents here, but that's an option too for those of you looking for it. There's all sorts of eyeshadow and eyeliner choices with the same color and intensity ranges as before. I don't wear any myself, so let's just set that accordingly. The dirt options really add a great amount of value. I already have ideas for what I want my next character to look like. It's going to be great. I'm thinking something a little more orcish. Let's pop back up to derm aesthetic. My skin looks a little too plastic here. Scrolling through these, there's a lot of variety and detail. This is cool. I think the freckles here match closest to myself, so that's what we're going to go with. That's a lot better. Overall, I'm really happy with this. This actually looks really close to what I do in real life. Being able to make a character that looks like myself is cool, and I'm sure others will appreciate that as well. Now that we've got the face done, we can move on to the background. This is where we choose the backstory of our character, the history of our lives, if you will. I don't think there's a gamer choice here, so I suppose we'll have to choose something that falls in line with Starfield. What you choose for background will give you 3 skills with 1 point each in them. Use this to best choose how you want to play the game from the beginning. You will be able to level up other things as well, of course. This is just a starting point to pick up from. I'm going to just pick Bouncer since it's the closest thing I can see to hockey player, and that's my own personal background outside of gaming. I get the bonus of being able to understand digital locks too. Lockpicking is always useful in Bethesda's games. The final part of character creation in Starfield is choosing of traits. We can select 3 of them, and they can affect the way the game plays in a pretty significant way. For example, Dream Home here gives us a house immediately at the beginning of the game, but it comes with the trade-off of having to pay a large mortgage every week. Pretty tough deal for newer players. Learning how to make money fast as a new character will be pretty important here. I think I want to be known as a wanted criminal. I do plan on taking up some space piracy, so I think the wanted trait is a good one to go with. Maybe the bounty hunters will bring me some loot. We can choose very specific traits here too, like being introvert or extrovert. Interesting thing here is that if you choose one of these, you cannot choose the other. Let me take introvert. I plan on being alone in the cosmos most of the time, so getting a benefit of less oxygen consumption will be good. Much like the introvert and extrovert traits, you can only choose one of the raised traits. It looks like it starts you off with a certain set of gear for each of the raised traits, at the downside of losing access to the others. I wonder if that means you'll be able to get all of them eventually if you don't choose any? I'm not sure. It seems you can only choose one faction allegiance trait as well, and interestingly, it makes crime bounties from other factions if you break their laws much higher. This can really add to role-playing potential. This is cool. I think I found what I want for the last traits, Spaced. This can make the space pirate even better. Getting the benefits of health and oxygen when boarding other ships will make the pirating easier. It looks like my character is complete. I'm surprised at how much my character actually looks like me. Can't wait to use the photo mode to put myself in some cool places. I could name the character Josh, but I think it deserves a little more creativity here. Let's go with Punchy the Pirate. Perfect. All that's left to do is confirm. Thank you for watching my video on character creation in Starfield. If you're looking for more Starfield content, consider checking out the videos you see on screen now. Also consider taking time to look at my channel. I have a lot of different videos and live streams going on all the time. Take care, and until next time, be excellent to each other.